so you finally set up your API again, and you installed, or you set up your JWT tokens, or your JSON web tokens, and you now want to just go through your project one more time to check if everything works. And let's say you go to your categories, you try it out, you say execute, and they say fine. You get an error, you get a nice code of 200. That means it worked perfectly. There's nothing went wrong. But let's say you go to maybe your zones or one of your other sections, and you try to execute, well, not execute, but yeah, execute a command again. Let's say I try and I execute, and I get an error 401. Error 401 means I'm not authorized to run or to access my information. This is due to you, by accident or on purpose, limiting the authorization to your controller. If you put the authorization tag at the top of your controller, this limits the entire controller to only users that have been authorized, only users that have provide a valid token. And these tokens can be acquired by your users when they use, for in our case, the login area. So if they were to log in with information, they would get a valid token, where after they would copy that token, go to authorize, type in bearer, bearer, and then paste the token in here, so there would something be like the token, and then authorize. Then after they've authorized, then they should be able to execute this. Let me quickly just log in and get a token. I'll be right back. As you can see here, I'm not going to scroll up because it will reveal sensitive information in this video. But as you can see, I logged in the login section. I got a nice error of a nice code of 200. It means it was successful, and I received a token. I don't mind showing this token because the way I set up my API, the token only lasts about an hour. You see here's the expiration date, or in expiration time. So I'll be now copying this token into the section at the top. So if I go up here, I just need to log out because I logged in earlier with some rubbish token. So I'm going to type bearer, paste my token, click authorize. Now I should theoretically be authorized to go into zones, where I previously got the error 401, and I'm going to try execute again. And now this time you can see I got all the information I required. So if you're getting this error, you just need to create a user, so you need to register someone. If you're using the same API or same JWT that I'm using, then the verification for the password is going to be quite strenuous. Let me actually just quickly register someone with you. Let's call them Matt, and we're going to call him Matt in a hat with a cat, and we're going to give him, let's say, just type in a number, so we're going to 1, 2, 3, 4, and you need special character, and you don't need to worry about the email, but the password, it needs to be 8 characters or more in length. It needs to have numbers, lowercase and uppercase letters, and a special character. So I'm just going to copy that. I'm going to say execute, and then we should get successfully created. Great. All right, so then we're going to go to login, and I'm going to say try out. I'm going to paste. I'm going to remove this line because that's the only one I actually don't need. I'm going to say execute, and as you can see here, I got my token for Matt's token, which is only valid for an hour. All right, after this, I'm also going to be removing this user for anyone that's malicious, but that's basically how you go at it. So yeah, then you can just copy this token once again. Don't copy the quotation marks, just everything inside the quotation marks. Go to authorize, and then just go bearer, and paste the token and click authorize, and you should be good to go. All right, cheers guys. I hope this helped. Oh, and just one more thing before I go. Sorry. If you place also authorize at the top over here, it requires the entire section or entire controller to be authorized to access this. If you maybe place authorize at certain methods, it only requires for that method to be authorized. So in this case, if I would run my program, this would only, if I only place it above zone put, it will only require me to, or let's say maybe zone delete. So if I go to zone delete and I click tryouts and I type in anything, I should not be registered. Just let me check out. Yeah, I'm not authorized. So then I should be getting an error 40. What's this? I'm just going to copy this because it wants specific ID. There you go, and we say execute. I'm going to get to error 401 because I'm not authorized. So that's if you want to specify certain criteria to authorize in, just above the method, specify authorization. And if you want to specify specific user account requirements, so you can go to your, let's say, for my users, I wanted to say for someone to be able to register an admin, they also need to be a user first before they can register an admin. So then you would do it like this, but it does require you to modify some other code as shown here. So you will need this in your code as well, which I copied and changed from this part. But yeah, I hope this helps. Otherwise, cheers, guys. See you around.